Oh, it's amazing. It's finally over. 5 games. 5 very long, difficult, rough, rough games. But it's over. It's over. The losing streak has been finished. I know it's late, but we're all here. Brian Dozier. Brian Dozier, everybody. Oh, what an amazing, amazing finally finishing. Ah. Let's just all breathe. Breathe big airs of relief. Ah, it's finally over. The bullpen tried. They tried. They tried to do it. But finally, they come through. Oh, I feel so much better. There's this giant weight that has been lifted off of me. And I just feel so much joy. Ah, it's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Brian Dozier. That's all that was needed to do it. A whole bunch of things happened to make it all happen, but Brian Dozier with the sac fly to get the winning streak, the losing streak of 5 games over. And with Arizona not playing, it's only a game and a half. And with the Colorado Rockies losing, that is, they're tied with the Rockies, so it's a game and a half. Ah, thank you. And you know what? Someone said it on here before I get any further. Pedro Baez, player of the game. I gotta give it to him. Absolutely, Pedro Baez. 2 strong innings when you needed it. That was great. All right, let's go ahead and pop up my thingy here, and we're ready to go. Oh, and I gotta turn this off because it's too loud otherwise. Now I get to get really hot. But give it, come on, some big, big hearts from everybody. Can you get hearts everywhere for just this? A Dodgers win. Just hit it as much as possible. That's fantastic. Finally, a Dodgers win. But let's get to exactly what happened in this game. Just before we can get into all of your crazy questions. I know we all want to go to sleep, so I may go shorter depending on how long many of you stick around. So what we're going to start off with tonight, obviously, is the walk-off. And it was the walk-off, Brian Dozier with the walk-off win after Yasmani Grandal had a huge double to lead off. That was 4 doubles. You realize that? 4 doubles in this game. Leadoff doubles. 4 leadoff doubles. I forgot to put a topic at the top, but let's just say 4 leadoff doubles at the top there because who the hell cares? But yes, 4 leadoff doubles tonight, and 2 of them finally come home. This was the biggest one, obviously, in the bottom of the 12th. You get Grandal going, and then you got Max Muncy, who finally came in and did something and got a big hit to make that move the Grandal over to third, which he actually could have gotten home, especially with the bad throw from right. But it's fine that he stayed at third. You really need that was an important thing. And also, I know I'm just going to, for just a second, I have not been to an LAFC game, but I wore this LAFC hat in honor of LAFC tonight. They win 2-0. Christian Ramirez with 2 goals tonight. Hey, a little bit of love for LAFC, so I got to give him a little bit of love. But yes, Pedro Baez, unbelievable tonight. I don't ever say it. It's not all forgiven, but good job, Pedro Baez. You know what? When you do well, you got to get the love for it, and you deserve the love for it. And this is so funny. The difference between 2 nights ago and tonight is all I was getting was just these angry faces and these angry faces the whole time. And now it's like hearts and hearts and hearts, and we're all just so excited and elated, and it's fantastic. And look, I agree. It was rough the other night. It was rough tonight. But here's the thing. 7 games in a row. That is a real thing. That is now 7 games in a row that this bullpen has blown a lead. And it's very difficult. It's all happening in the 8th or 9th inning as well, and there was no exception tonight. Caleb Ferguson, who has been fantastic all year long since he's come up. He's a young kid. He's never pitched on back-to-back days. He pitched on back-to-back days today, and he really didn't have it to start off that 8th inning, and you could see that he didn't have it, especially with him being a lefty, and you have Andrew McCutchen coming up with the righty after you've already given up. You got 2 guys on. Yes, you got that strikeout of Nick Hundley, who, man, forget Nick Hundley with that whole Yasiel Puig thing yesterday. Nick Hundley is just a little, you know what I'm gonna say, so he gets Nick Hundley. You gotta take out Ferguson there. That's one of those situations where you really kept a guy in for one batter too long, and that's kind of what happens a lot. And it's been happening a lot with Dave Roberts. We can't completely let Roberts off the hook. I love Dave Roberts. I'm a big Dave Roberts fan. I just think his in-game management has really, really been bad recently. I think leaving Caleb Ferguson in tonight was a mistake. Whether or not that was the right, it's really something that's important. at the moment, especially with the win, yes, he was still a mistake that you leaving him in for one batter too long. You had Scott Alexander, who was a lefty going up against a lefty in Andrew McCutchen in the bullpen, and Alexander is a ground ball pitcher. He could have easily gotten that, or hopefully gotten that. He doesn't give up home runs, so he's really balls are on the ground. So it's a lot of the things that we still have to give Roberts a little bit of slack tonight. And also, running out of position players before the ninth inning, that's a mistake. Those are things that you really can't do in baseball, especially with what's happening right now, with the way that they've been playing. You had the opportunity in the bottom of the ninth, and you have to have your go with Kenta Maeda there. These are the times when you need Roberts to be smarter with his rotations, and this was just not the right one. But again, I'm excited about the win, and look at this. Woo! Hyun-Jin Ryu, look at you, man. Look at you. That was quite a performance out of Ryu. He was fantastic. He looked like he never even left from the beginning of the season. He was nails the entire game, and it was really nice to see. And I think he had 7 or 8 strikeouts, and it was wonderful to see Ryu pitching the way that he did, especially because we weren't sure what you were going to get out of him after being out for so long. And then also, my tight pants. In my tight pants. In my tight pants. Kike Hernandez, I think there's something going on there, because they were talking about it on the broadcast, and Kike Hernandez, when he's in his crazy tight pants, I think he's batting 1,000. It's somewhere around batting 1,000. He went 2 for 2 again tonight. However, this is part of the thing. A lot of people are upset with Kike Hernandez coming out of that game when it was 2-2 and they pinch hit for Cody Bellinger. Here's the thing. It was the exact right move. No matter what, people were going to be upset with Dave Roberts for whatever he did there. It was a lose-lose situation. It's either you leave Kike in, let's say he gets out, and then you're sitting there screaming, "Oh my gosh, where's Cody Bellinger? He's on the bench. He's a lefty facing a righty. He's been so hot over the last 9-10 games. You got to bring up Cody Bellinger." Well, you did bring up Cody Bellinger, and because he got out on the first pitch, it was a pop-up, which happens. Everybody's screaming, "Oh, you got to leave Kike in. You got to leave Kike in." Well, look, that was the right move. Roberts did a lot of things wrong tonight, or a few things wrong tonight, but this was not the wrong thing. Switching out Kike for Bellinger was not the wrong move. It was first base for first base. It was a lefty changing up against a righty. It was the right move, and I had no problem with that. It just didn't work out. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Kevin Perez-Allen, FRG hits 700 when he's in Kike's pants. I'm surprised it's not a higher number. Really, I would think he's batting around 950, somewhere around, Kevin. So, FRG is really good in those pants. All right, so that's my whole little spiel about the game. We got to win. Now let's get to you, because you people are what we're here for, and you don't have to sit there. It's late. You want to get your questions. You want to get your comments out. I'm happy to do it. And you don't have to sit and hold for an hour. I'm just going to answer you. It's way better that way, right? That's what we're going to do. All right, so let's start off over on Facebook. Walter Aguilar, stick with the hot bats. I know that's the way to go, but Kike is not a good hitter against right-handed pitching. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. And he was hitting well against the lefty, but he's not. It's totally different against a righty, and bringing in Cody Bellinger was the right move there. I'm not upset with that at all, even though he was hot. All right, now move over to Instagram. Shout out Baez for once. I did. You know what? I shouted him out earlier. Great job, Pedro Baez. I'll say it all night if you want me to. Every time you want me to, just put it up there. Put a big word of just Baez in giant letters, and I will say, great job, Pedro Baez, all night tonight, because he was solid for 2 straight innings. So good for you, Pedro Baez. All about it. You are the player of the game for me. Great job. Let's go over to Periscope, where we got can he pitch in anything other than medium to low leverage situations? I'm not sure who you're talking about there. I would probably have to look back, but I love your name, Dozier Baseball. It's a great name for your Periscope name. We'll just lean on Morrow. Oh wait, well yeah, Morrow. Look, you're getting a little bit crazy with Morrow. Morrow's still injured, by the way, so it's fine. Bullpen has more issues than Jansen being absent. I disagree, Spidey, because I think that the bullpen is actually not that bad. Especially, it's just in that 8th and 9th inning, and really, it's totally different when guys just can't pitch in that 9th inning. Caleb Ferguson pitching on back-to-back nights for the first time in his career at 21 years old. I think he's 21, and he's never done it before, and he really didn't have it together tonight. He should have gone out, but that's, you know what, he's been nails, so you can't really fault him there. West Coast Yinzer on Instagram. Where's Chris Taylor? Haven't seen him in forever. You know what? I don't think anybody has seen Chris Taylor in forever, but you know what? Because the ball has not seen his bat in forever either. I am a huge Chris Taylor guy. I've been a big fan. I've been, just been saying great things about him forever. He has been just god awful over the last week or so, and it's been really tough to watch. Here's the thing. I was talking about it with a buddy of mine through text today while the game was going on. He doesn't look like he's trying to shorten up his swing at all. I think he's got this whole launch angle thing in his head, and that's all that he's doing. Every swing looks like he's trying to hit it out of the yard, and that's how he's going to break out of it, is by this big home run. And I just don't get it. I don't think that that's the right way for him to be, and I think that Chris Taylor needs to just choke up just a little bit, just get singles, get on base, steal bases. Look what happened when he finally did get a single in this game. A ball got away, and he would, rightfully so, he got to second base. I mean, he's a guy that's great on the base paths, and he knows how to run on the base paths. So it's just really tough to see him do these kind of things, where he's just constantly swinging for the fence over and over again. And really, Taylor, you're not a home run guy. Just be that singles, doubles guy that you should be. Just get on base, have good at-bats, walk. Just stop swinging at these pitches that are outside of the zone. It's so rough to watch. Let's see what I got here on YouTube. Welcome to all you guys on YouTube. I got a whole bunch of people here tonight. Krish, always my fan, a big friend of yours. Krish, Pedro, let's go Baez. I got Andrew Martinez on here. Why was the Kike belly move so good when belly has been ish? You know what, Andrew Martinez? Is it too much pressure from LA fans for Machado because he kind of choked? No, the Kike belly move was actually good, and I just mentioned this, but I'll say it to you again because maybe you didn't hear it. But the Kike belly move was good because Belly is great against right-handed pitchers, and he's been great over the last 8-9 games. Been one of the best hitters on all of the Dodgers over that span because he's changed his stance just a little bit, and it's been the right move for him. And Kike can't hit right-handers, and he'd been pretty poor coming up into this game. But he was great against his left-handed, but maybe it was the tight pants. What else we got here? How do you feel Machado reacted to the crowd and the amount of pressure? I think Machado actually was really good tonight. He was on base 3 or 4 times. He struck out in the bottom of the 11th, and that was really tough to watch. He had the opportunity, and he blew it. It sucks, and this has been going on for him, but I think that that's something that he will get better over time. It's still going to keep going. I got Starkness here on Twitch. Welcome to Twitch. I'm glad to see you there. Shout out for Twitch. That's right, Starkness. Welcome. Baez was awesome. Stop booing him and stop booing Dodger players. They're trying their best. Please. You obviously are new to this channel, and that's great. I'm happy that you found us. I do not boo Dodger players. Pedro Baez, I do. He is a Dodger player, I guess. He was great tonight. Absolutely awesome tonight. Player of the game, without question. However, in high leverage situations, he is usually very bad. It's not even close. He's very bad all the time. And in the playoffs, he's been even worse. High leverage situations, Pedro Baez has been awful. But tonight, he was great in a high leverage situation. And I don't boo Dodger players, other ones besides that. I'm huge with Chris Taylor. I just think that he's struggling right now. I'm big on most of these guys. I think Max Muncy is struggling a little bit, but he had a big hit tonight. If you can find a time where I boo a Dodger player, cut it up, tell me, and let me know. It's Jermaine Armenta. CT3 needs to play small ball. Totally agree with you. That's exactly what I'm just talking about. He absolutely does. Nick Stocks, Harold Reynolds, Dodgers' next manager. Nick, Dave Roberts is the Dodgers' only manager, and really think about who you would really want besides him. Is Harold Reynolds, who has never done it before and really is just, he's moved around place to place. I really like him as an analyst, and he should stay as an analyst. Let him stay there. He doesn't need to be in the... It's not... Dave Roberts is the manager. He will be the manager for a while. Let's see what happens by the end of this year. He still needs to get that... he needs to get that contract settled through when the season's over or right around then. Let's see. Got that All-Star Derby home run curse of Valerie Mendoza. I disagree. He was struggling before the home run derby. The 11 games before, go back and look at his stats. 11 games before the home run derby, he was already struggling. So it has nothing to do with the home run derby. I think that he just thinks he's a bigger hitter than he is. He's another guy. Just shorten up your swing just a little bit. Just get on base, just like he did tonight. Got that single up the right side, and that's exactly what you need, and that's what I want more of from these guys. Start playing. And they're 17 of 18 or 17 of 19 on stolen bases this in August. That's leading the National League. So the small ball is happening more than you would think that it was happening. So let's stick with that. I'm staying away from that for just a moment. Daniel Ornelas. Everyone is expecting CT3 to be what he was last year. They use averages for a reason. Look, he's not the same guy that he was last year, but on some senses he is, in the fact that he last year was somebody that struck out a lot, and he's striking out a lot now. It's just way, way more than he needs to be. He should not be striking out the amount that he is. He needs to shorten up a little bit and just get on base. Stop swinging for the fence and just start swinging for trying to get singles, doubles, those kinds of things, and good things will happen. The power will come with it at the same time. Let's see. What about Bulldog as manager? I love Oral in the up there with Joe Davis. We don't need to change the manager. Dave Roberts is the manager, and he is going to be the manager for a long time. So let's stick with Dave Roberts for a little bit, for just a little while. See what he does towards the end of the year. He's been great. This is his third year. First year lost in the NLCS, lost in Game 7 of the World Series in year 2. Let's see what he does through this, all right? Peter Sisson, shout out to Ryu. That's right, shout out to Ryu. He was fantastic through 6 innings, I believe. 6 innings, 7 or 8 Ks, and was just on fire. 89 pitches. I think he only gave up 1 hit, maybe 2. I think it was just the 1 hit. But that was great. Machado starting to heat up. Desert Doyer. Yeah, Machado, he went 3 for 5 tonight. It was just the big hit at the right time in the 12th inning. He got some other big hits. And look, Machado is going to be good. And I love seeing him in this 3 spot. Since he's been in the 3 spot, the bat has started to come alive. He's getting the protection from Turner above him and whoever's below him. Tonight, it was Matt Kemp, who actually got a couple hits tonight, so good for him. And this is what we've been talking about for a while now. If you've been doing these post games with me for a little while, you've known that I've talked about over and over again, Brian Dozier 1, Justin Turner 2, and Manny Machado 3. That's your top 3, and that's where the top 3 should come from, and that's where it is right now. It needs to stay there. That's where it needs to stay. All right, Junior Guerrero to the Baez haters. Yeah, got the win. He did get the win, so great job, Pedro Baez. And Ernest Grijalva, Verdugo. Verdugo is tearing up AAA right now. If Matt Kemp had another bad outing tonight, the talk would be he needs to go on the DL and you need to bring up Verdugo. Verdugo will be coming up. If it's not by September 1st, it'll be before September 1st. Somebody is going to be, maybe it's Chris Taylor at this point. Maybe you put a little bit down on Chris Taylor and you just say, hey, you need a 10-day DL, figure it out, do what you got to do, and bring up Verdugo and see what he does. Because he's just tearing up AAA. And he was actually hitting really well here, too, when he was up earlier in the year. So I think that Verdugo will be seeing soon. Back to Twitch for a second. His run last year before September, he was solid. He fell apart heading into September and the playoffs. I agree that he probably should be DFA, but I just don't like booing our boys. I'm not sure who you're talking about, Starkness, but I'm not talking about anybody being DFA'd. There's nobody on this team that should be DFA'd that I'm thinking about right now. You can, if you got someone that you think, I don't see it. Let's move over here to YouTube. Andrew Martinez, call out the streaming numbers of real fans watching this late. Me and my girl, are watching. Hey, great job, Andrew. Big fan of all you guys watching. You know what? Stop listening to the post game on the other channels and watch it right here, because this is where you're going to get the real information that actually. I'm not owned by the Dodgers. I don't have to say. I can say whatever I want. If I don't agree with something that Dave Roberts does, which I've already said earlier, I will say I don't agree what he does. You're not going to get that anywhere at the other place. It's just they are owned by the Dodgers, and it's not going to happen. Ross Cup will be DFA'd for Urias once September 1st hits. This is on Instagram. Murrizaga, that's not for sure yet. Look, Urias pitched tonight, and he couldn't get out of the second inning, and he didn't look very good. He barely hit. He He was hitting around 89 to 90. I think he got up to 94, but his pitches didn't look good. He was throwing soft stuff from what I saw. SD Dodger was there. He's going to have a great write-up on Dodgers Nation if it's not already up. But SD Dodger's got some good stuff for you that's coming on the Urias. So let's just hold our horses here on Urias. I don't think he's ready just yet. Let's go back over to Periscope, where I know you got a bunch of people on here on Periscope. Why does everyone want to always fire the manager? All he does is turn in the lineup. Okay, Canadians on Periscope, yes, he does a lot, and most of this is all about the upper management. Andrew Friedman and Farhan Zaidi are both guys that are going to have most of the say in things that happen. It's the in-game management that I'm seeing that is being an issue. Yes, there's times before the games that they talk about and say, in these situations, this is what you should do. But in the game, and when things come to be, you need to make decisions, and the decisions that he's making are not always the correct ones, and that's kind of an issue. Pret Womo, I really love Taylor, but I think he needs some work on his swing. Yes, Taylor absolutely does need some help, work on his swing, and I think that's part of what it is. It's either you got to start shortening up his swing and just going for singles, doubles, or you got to go on the DL and let Verdugo come up and play for you. Ernest Kurjava, Cingrani. Okay, Cingrani just went on the 60-day DL to make room for Ryu to come back to the Dodgers and pitch for the Dodgers tonight. And the problem is, you go on the 60-day DL, I don't expect you coming back anytime soon. I mean, I know he's been on there for a while, so it's an easy move. 60 days is 60 days. Once you hit that 60-day DL, you don't expect to see it very much. Greg, no mention of the runners in scoring position issue and all the Ks. CMMR DDL, yes. The runner in scoring position has been a big, big problem. I think tonight they were 3 for 15, somewhere around there, with runners in scoring position or something, or that's over the last couple of games. They are been really, really bad. Really, really bad with runners in scoring position. It's not been fun. It's there, but these are things that are starting to get better. All right, I still see a lot of positivity here. I think this team is going to be just fine. Hopefully, this win in extras in the walk-off fashion will be something that will push them forward. But I just don't know. It's just been tough. They get in that second and third, and guys just shut down. It's really, really tough to see. Let's see, what do we got over here? I got Daniel Ornelas, not just Tommy John, then followed with hip surgery. That's Corey Seager. Yes, Corey Seager is not going to be back until January sometime. He'll be ready for spring training next year, so don't expect anything from him anytime soon. Yes, got the win, but still don't trust the pen and close shutdown SD situation without Jansen. Yes, I agree. It's tough. It's the 9th inning that I'm having an issue with, and I know it was tonight. It was the 8th inning with Caleb Ferguson, but Ferguson has been great since he came up, and he's been pitching really, really well. He's gonna have an issue here or there, but he's never pitched on back-to-back nights, and him pitching on back-to-back nights tonight, I think, is part of the issue of what happened there. Ernest, no, Seager is out for the playoffs. He's not back until January at the earliest. Wait, no. We need to re-sign his ass. Who are you talking about that we need to re-sign? Who's a good trade for Kershaw since it's his last year? You're not trading Kershaw. There's not going to be any move. Let's get this out of this way right now. There will be no waiver moves. It's just not going to happen. So let's just forget about that. And Clayton Kershaw is not going anywhere. They will try and re-sign him, and he's been nails all night. So don't worry about it. Aaron, what's going on? I love this channel. Keep it up. Great. Hey, appreciate it, Aaron. I appreciate you coming on and checking it out. Andrew Martinez, what do you think of Mason saying Puig won't be here next season because of his attitude or temper or control or drama? Me and Mason have disagreements in a lot of things, and this one is one of those things that I think we have a disagreement on. I think that Jan's saying he goes a month off. Yeah, I predicted record. I'll get back to that in a second. But I think that Puig will be back next year because Puig he has an arbitration next year. He's a great right fielder. He's been heating up since he came off the DL, and not only that, he has the arbitration year next year. There's so many things. It's like $6 million that he's going to end up, $7 million that he's going to get next year. You're not going to find a better right fielder than that. Maybe it's Alex Verdugo. I don't know, but you have to decline the arbitration, and especially since he was hurt for so long, he's going to be a little bit cheaper. So I wouldn't. There's no reason not to re-sign Yasiel Puig for his arbitration year. Maybe the year after, maybe you make a trade. I don't know, but for the most part, Yasiel Puig is here and he's going to be here for a while. Let's see. Back here on Twitch, Starkness, you're all over the place. I love you, man. How many screens you running with all these different streams? Starkness, I'm telling you, I actually have 5 different streams going on. I have Facebook Live, I have Instagram Live, I have Periscope, I have YouTube, and I have you on Twitch. So I'm trying to bounce around between all of them, and I'm trying to get to you as much as I can because I know you're here, and I don't want to ignore you in the slightest. Taylor needs to go down to work on his swing and bring up Verdugo. You'll probably put him in the DL. It's a 10-day DL. You probably don't send him down even though you could. I have a feeling Kirsch will not opt out after the season. He will only opt out if his agent pressures him. Yeah, I think you're a little bit off there. I think the way he's playing, he should absolutely opt out because if he keeps this up, he went 8 innings. It was great the other night. So just be very careful. And I got a little note from SD Dodger saying that Julio is not as sharp today, only 50% strike. So that's right. That's why he was not. He was at the game. He'll have a write-up on Dodgers Nation, and he is going to be. And so I think he gave up a 2-run home run. He just wasn't sharp tonight. Paul Farnham, you have a Twitchy? Yeah, there's Twitch right here. Dodgers Nation TV on Twitch. Come listen. Come on there. I bounce around to everything. 5 different streams. Playa. I don't know why I said that. That doesn't fit for me. I should never do that again. I'm not ever going to do that again. I apologize. You won't hear me ever do that again. Tolles is a spark plug. Yeah, look, I like Tolles a lot, but he wasn't as sharp as he was when he came up the last year. I think Verdugo is the guy that's going to be making his way up. Can we still see Baez as a closer? All right. Baez is not going to be the closer. At the moment, all right. At the moment, if he does what he does there, then maybe. But I just can't. You can't trust that on a day-to-day basis. And he just went 2 innings, so you're not going to see him at least. Well, actually, there's an off day tomorrow, so you may see him on Friday. I don't know. I don't. God, could you imagine? He has this great outing, and then you have Baez as your closer on Friday against Seattle in Seattle, and guess what happens? He blows it. People will go crazy. I'll go crazy. Look, I like Baez tonight. But just tonight. Nick Stocks, how can you be consistent when you aren't playing every game? It depends on who you're talking about. Most people are playing most games. You guys are going in and out throughout the entire game, Nick. So these are things, I mean, look at it. Kike came out in the 6th inning, somewhere in the 5th or 6th inning for Cody Bellinger on his 3rd at-bat. So guys are coming in and out all the time. It's tough, but I think, and Cody Bellinger had a couple hits tonight, so you can't be upset with anything he's doing. Manny Aceves, any chance we can a good pitcher on waivers? We're not getting any waivers. Here's the thing: the Dodgers have $195.6 million on payroll already. They will not go over the 197 mark. They will not do it. It's a 5-time repeater tax. They're not going to go over that mark. And so because of that, you're not going to get guys coming. You're not going to get any movement because the way that you would need somebody to come out would be or to come over would have to be a low money situation. And the guy with the low money is not going to make it through the waivers. The Dodgers are very far back in their waiver position, and it's just not going to happen. Chris Padilla, Roberts needs to coach smarter. Pinch hitting for Kike. Come on, man. Chris Padilla, it was the right move. I know that it's in the moment you feel like that's the wrong move, but it's absolutely the right move. It was a guy. You have Cody Bellinger going up against a righty pitcher, and he's been killing the ball for the last 2 games, and he was great throughout the rest of the game. So you can't. It was the right move. It just didn't work. I have no problem with that one. It was not the wrong move. Wait, where is Libertor? I can't spell his name. Libertor. I think he's either injured or he's in AAA, and he wasn't that great when he came up either. He's kind of an up and down kind of guy, so I don't know if that's the right move either. But let's see. On YouTube, I got your predicted record without Jansen, saying he goes a month off. I don't want to give you exact numbers. I think that I'm hoping that this is the start of them playing well and pitching well and starting to win. They have a day off tomorrow, a much needed day off tomorrow, but they're getting every single game is against teams that are making the playoffs. Since the All-Star break, they are having their first 35 games. I think that's the number, 35 games against teams that are in the playoff race or about to be in a playoff team. First or second. And Seattle is a 3rd-place team, only 4.5 games back. Actually, I don't know what happened tonight with Seattle, and Houston won, so I don't know what happened with Seattle. but they were 4.5 back before the game started tonight. So they're right in the thick of things too in the AL, which is really, it's very high, very low. But so, and it depends on what you think of the Giants. The Giants are the only 3 games that are really low leverage, and they lost 2 of them. So, I mean, look, this is tough right now, but Kenley Jansen pitched earlier today. Nothing happened. He didn't have to, nobody swung at it, but he pitched well. He's happy. He's fine. I think he's going to be back earlier than people think he is. Let's see. Let's move back over to Periscope, since I haven't gone there in just a little bit. My bookie won't pay me. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry, man. He owes you $248. Make him pay you. Go to his house and say, I'm going to break your knees. That's what they would do to you if you didn't pay. So go over there and get some money. You earned that money. What building is in logo? Not sure what we're talking about. Let's see. Will Yankees win tomorrow? I have to look at the matchups. I have not looked at the matchups, but they have not been playing the greatest. But I have to look at the matchup. I'm not going to give you an answer on that because I don't know. How are they going to pay Manny and stay under the tax? The tax, everything's going to change next year, right? They're already going to be under the tax. A lot of the guys are going to come off the books. You don't know what's going to happen with Clayton Kershaw. There's a lot of things that can go there. Most likely, they're not going to have enough money to pay Manny Machado, and I don't think that's going to happen. They could very well, and I like Manny, and I'd love to see him here every day. He's fantastic in the field. But I think that the guy that you're going to have back is Dozier of the 2 of those, most likely. Gene Kim, will Cingrani make it back before postseason? It's possible, but he's on the 60-day DL now. Once you go on that 60-day DL, I just don't see it really happening. It's tough. I wouldn't count on it. I hope so, because he's been a great lefty. Chris Padilla. Oh, yeah, you don't agree? You don't have to agree, and that's great, and that's what's great about this. I'm sorry, that's my reasoning for why. I believe, Chris, that it was the right decision to take him out and play the matchup there, the righty-lefty matchup, because if Kike got out, you'd be screaming. I think you, too, he had 2 great hits, you'd be screaming, you should have put Bellinger in that situation, and that's kind of the problem. So I think that it was the right move, but you know what? That's me. Manny stays, Greg's the smoking drug. I would love to say it. Jason, look, I want him to stay. That's a lot of money that he's going to demand. He's going to demand between $200 and $500 million, and 200 is on the low end. The Yankees have that money. Philly has that money. And did you see Philly when the Dodgers went to Philly? They gave him a standing ovation. They're trying to give him as much love as possible. So a lot of these guys are going to go after Manny, and I don't know if he's going to have the Dodgers will have the money to match that other teams are going to throw at him, because they're going to throw a ton of money at him. And especially a part of their reasoning is going to be, hey, we got Corey Seager coming back anyway. So, excuse me, notice the red eyes? You know what? I don't smoke a thing. So the red eyes is because it's almost midnight. That's why the red eyes. I'm tired. I just watched 12 innings of baseball, and I was tired. Alex Sanchez, why is it okay for Roberts to make the Kike sub, but he brings Caleb to face so many right-handed batters? Alex, look, solid point. You can be right and wrong in the same game. He was right to take out Kike. He was wrong to leave Caleb in against Kutch, because that's just the wrong idea. You had Scott Alexander in that. He had Scott Alexander in the pen ready to go. I thought that was the wrong move, but taking out Kike was the right move. So it's up and down. Yeah, Machado's Bobby Bonilla money. Yeah, he's 25 years old, 25, 26, I can't remember exactly, but 25, I believe, and he's going to be worth $400 million. There's no way the Dodgers have that kind of money. Do you think Kershaw staying in Dodger blue, Chewy? I think it's very possible. It depends on what he does through the rest of this year. If he keeps pitching the way he does, I think he pops out and he tests the market. Somebody's going to give him that money, especially if he keeps playing well and through the playoffs. Very well could be out. But I don't know if that's an ugly hat, man. Go Galaxy, go Blue Francisco. Hey, got to give love to LAFC tonight. They won 2-0, and they off of Christian Ramirez on 2 goals from Christian Ramirez, who they just traded for. Debut for him. You got to give a little bit of love to LAFC. Manny Machado has to say our lineup with him would be way better. I agree, Ada. I would completely agree, but it's a lot of money. I just don't see it. 12 innings of Purple Haze, more like it. Now, you know what? I could lower my eyes for you if you want, man. But I watched it completely sober. I don't know what knows to tell you. Yeah, no, totally sober. Never had a thing. I wouldn't be able to talk like this if I was able to doing that. All right, YouTube. At the end of the game, the walk-off Dozier said, "I love it." Was he quoting the song playing after a win, or does he love the fan base atmosphere building behind him? I think it's a little bit of both. But yeah, look, it's the I love it that plays every time after a win. Yeah, because he does love it. I think he really, really likes LA. He's already got a condo in LA in Glendale with his wife. I think he loves being in LA, and that's great. I think he stays. For that much money. Starkness, what are you feeling on re-signing Machado Dozier? Would you love an infield of Turner, Machado, Seager, and Belly? I would love that as well. But I think I would love to sign both of them, but I think Dozier is the guy that you're going to end up signing over the other. If I have to choose one or the other, I think it's going to be Dozier and not Machado. It's just too much money. It's just going to be too much money in the long run, especially with Seager coming back, who wants to go back to shortstop. And Machado says, I'm playing shortstop. So I don't know if that's going to happen. It also solve second base dilemma. Yes, I totally agree with you. That's the Dozier part, obviously. I think you re-signed Dozier, and that saves all that. Where's Utley? He's on the DL because he wasn't going to play anyway, so they just have him on a DL stint. Surprised Roberts ran out of position players before the night. Am I surprised he's done it, I think, 7 or 8 times this year, or over his career, and that's a lot. So I'm not surprised that that's happened, but I think it's going to happen at some point. Let's see. Trade or send Barnes down for Farmer. All right, apparently, I've been talking to some people about this. Apparently, Farmer is not a guy that they like behind as a catcher. I think they want him playing third or second. Apparently, he's hitting the ball well in AAA, but they don't like him as a catcher. They brought Will Smith up from AA to AAA, but he's struggling right now in AAA. So I think that Barnes, and here's the thing about Barnes. I know, look, everybody hates him. I've seen some good things from Barnes over the last 2 games. Barnes, in last night's game or the game before, he had, I think it was last night's, I don't remember which one it was. Whatever game it was, 2 nights ago, he had 2 walks and a single, and he had two of those hits, the walk and the single, or the walk and the single were with 2 outs and brought Kenta Maeda up in the not Kenta Maeda. Who was it now? I'm getting all these games mixed up. But what he did was he had those 2 guys. He made it so you got to the pitcher, and he made the inning start all over again with the top of the order. And that's a lot of the things that 8th guy has to do, especially with 2 outs. When you have 2 outs, you just want to get back to the top of the lineup, and he did his job. And his pitch framing is really, really strong. I don't know. I mean, people don't like talking about pitch framing, but Austin Barnes, way better behind the plate defensively than Yasmani Grandal, even though Grandal's offense is far and away above. And Grandal has issues with his hands. He can't catch a damn thing right now. It's very, very frustrating to watch. All right. Everybody forgets what CS5 did for us last year. Why can't he be the new and improved Machado? He performed ridiculously last year. He just got hurt. That's baseball. Deal with it. Your opinion. I think that I'm happy with Corey Seager at shortstop. But if you can re-sign Manny Machado, I'm all for it. I just don't think they have the money for it. Otherwise, I want to see Seager back there at shortstop and Dozier at second base with Turner at third and Bellinger at first. That's your infield, and that should be it every day. But they like to change things up, everything. Let's go back over to Periscope. They've lost at least 3 or 4 games this year because Roberts ran out of hitters. You know what? He does that sometimes. It's very frustrating to watch. And he has these matchups in mind, and he likes to, for some reason, just doesn't do it. Fantasy football talk. What's up, man? Hey, how you doing? I got Insta. I do have Insta. I'm on Insta for Official Dodgers Nation. Just so you guys know, Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram, Dodgers Nation on Facebook, at Bergman Greg, and at Dodgers Nation on Twitter. At Dodgers Nation TV on Twitch, and I believe it's also Dodgers Nation TV on YouTube as well. So you got me in 5 different places. Let's keep coming at it. I see some anger. I don't know what the anger is for. I'm not saying anything mean. Greg, I need this answered. Do we have what it takes to make it to the series again? Jason, yes. We absolutely have what it takes to make it to this World Series, and I am beyond confident that they're going to win the West, and I think they could very well come close to winning the entire NL. I think this is just a time right now that they're going through. They're eventually going to come out of it, and they're eventually going to they're gonna get past the Diamondbacks. I don't trust the Diamondbacks. I don't trust the Rockies. I think they're going to eventually still win this. I've been saying it for a while. They're going to win this division by 6.5 to 10 games, somewhere in that range. And I really, really, truly believe that. And I think that once you get into the playoffs, it's obviously a crapshoot. And it's all I love to say, 27 outs. Crazy things happen. But I think this team is good enough offensively and starting pitching to get, and even their bullpen, especially when Kenley's back, I think this team is a complete team, and they make it back to the World Series. I think they can even win it, too. So, Jason, yes, that's the dream. Let's see. What do we got? I saw something. Nothing. Walter Aguilar, nothing good from Barnes. One of those walks was a mercy call by the umpire. Sure, but one of those walks also still made it so that he got up to the pitcher and they had to start over the whole inning again. And the single also got to the pitcher, so you could then also get back to the top of the order again at the top of the inning. So he does, and his pitch framing is fantastic. Is launch angle a myth? Too many strikeouts. Lisa, that is a fantastic question, and I am with you. I don't understand what these guys are doing. I think this is what's going on with Chris Taylor. I think Chris Taylor has this launch angle thing in his head. I think it makes a difference at times, but pitchers are not throwing the same way. Valerie Mendoza, what's my Twitter account? It is at Bergman Greg. Bergman Greg. BergmanGreg. Follow me. I talk to everybody. I answer everybody. It's always a fun topic. Always fun conversation. We mess around. It's a good time. All right, but I think that, yeah, Taylor is a guy that is just having some issues. It seems like he's getting a complete uppercut swing at this point. It's not, he just needs to shorten up his swing. He needs to just go for that single and double, because I think the launch angle thing is just messing with people's heads. And if you look at Cody Bellinger, he doesn't have as much of that uppercut swing anymore. And what he's doing too is, if you look, when he gets to about 2 out or 2 strikes, he's shortening up and he's just getting singles. He's just getting doubles. He's not swinging for the fences, and that's more and more of what you need to see. And that's what I want to see more of, and I think that's what's going to happen into Taylor as well if he just brings it down a little bit. Shot clock, Greg, how much time left? I got about 15 minutes. I got 15 minutes left with you. I might go a little bit shorter, but we'll see. Barnes needs to go to the minors with CT3. I love them both, so I want them to see them at their best again. I agree, Tracy Gio. I want to see them at their best too, but I just don't think going down is what's going to happen. UCLA Sports for Life, bro. UCLA. I'm a big, big UCLA fan. Do I have any of my UCLA stuff around here right now? My entire house is filled with UCLA stuff. I have 2 UCLA blankets in the room. I have UCLA hats. I have UCLA shirts. My favorite shirt is a UCLA Bruins shirt. I have season tickets to the UCLA football games. I am a UCLA Bruin for life, and that will always be the truth. That is my favorite. Out of everything, I'm a UCLA fan first. Let's see. Signing Machado and Dozier will be great for the team and challenging to the manager. This would be my infield. Third base Machado, shortstop Seager, second base Dozier, first base Turner, and Cody will go to the outfield. That's an interesting way to put it. Here's the thing. You got to switch it a little bit. Machado is only going to sign somewhere where he is the everyday shortstop. So what you're probably going to have to do is move Seager to possibly third, which I don't like, or even to first. I think Turner is a great first baseman. I think Dozier is stuck at second base. If you sign both of them in this scenario, Cody can play anywhere, but I think he's the best at first base. But you have to have Turner in the lineup, and I think he stays at third, and that moves Seager over to possibly first, or they teach him the outfield. But for the most part, that's why that's going to be a difficult thing to happen. Brittany Gallegos, where is Matt Kemp's stick? Help! I love the show. Hey, Brittany, love you guys too. But here's the thing: Matt Kemp had 2 hits tonight, and one of them was a really big hit. So I think he's getting better, and I think that it will get a little bit better. We just have to be a little bit more patient with him. Otherwise, he's got to go on a quick DL stint. Starkness on Twitch. Remember, go to Twitch of Dodgers Nation TV on Twitch. I can get you there too. Machado would be a better shortstop than Seager. Machado is a great shortstop, third baseman. He is going to be a Gold Glover in both positions. So if you bring him in, he's going to be the shortstop. But let's try and stick with what's going on now. Why am I still awake watching this? Well, because this is fun, and you get to talk to me, and I get to talk right to you. So yeah, that's why you're still awake watching this. And don't worry. There's only about 15 minutes left, maybe a little bit less. Thoughts on Jock? Dallas Fister, I love Jock. I think Jock has really completely changed himself into a much, much better player. He has become a guy that he's straightened out his swing so much more, and he is getting, you can see that getting the doubles that he wasn't seeing before. He's getting on base way, way more often. He doesn't strike out that much anymore. I think he has the lowest strikeout since the All-Star break in the entire league. So all these numbers and then because of that, they have to start throwing better pitches, which are right in his wheelhouse, and he's able to get those home runs. So he's at around 18 or 19 home runs now. I like Jock a lot, and I think he's really, really looked a lot better over the last few weeks. And I'm happy with what he's doing. And once you get another righty pitcher, you'll see him leading off again. I met Jock at Chase Field, and he signed my ball. Was a super cool dude. Yeah, of course he's a super cool dude. Have you seen his brother Champ? Like if you can handle that, you can handle anything. And that's a proof positive thing that he went down to the minors. He could have just completely faded into nothingness and been just a first half rookie year wonder. But he went and he worked hard and he got better and he changed his swing, and now he's one of the best hitters right now on this team. So I love what I'm seeing from Jock right now. He's been great. Let's go back to Periscope. Fresno State gonna smash. Nah, get out of here. UCLA. All right, look, first year with Chip Kelly, so let's not get too crazy. Let's get a little bit. Be okay with it, because I think it's going to be a little bit rough, but I still got 7 wins for my Bruins this year. Would love to see a much higher one. It's going to be a little bit tough. They don't even know who the starting quarterback is right now. It's a little bit of a crapshoot. Hopefully Soso Jamabo and Bolu, Oloro and Funmi look better in the backfield, but for the most part, I think it's going to be they're not going to be that great, and I would hopefully it's better next year. Thoughts on Kemp? He's our best hitter, makes the All-Star game, and then comes back and isn't an everyday starter. You've seen him today and last night lay out on D. Don't tell me he ain't playing and giving it his all. Nick, nobody's saying that he's not giving it his all. He is absolutely giving it his all, and he's playing okay. He's just not finding the ball. Oral Hershiser was talking about it on the broadcast tonight. These are pitches that he's seeing in the first half that he was destroying, and now he's swinging through them now. He's just having an issue. And you can see, maybe he's another guy with that whole launch angle thing. All these guys are trying to just swing for the fences. And I think Matt Kemp is one of those guys that is shortened up his swing tonight, and he got 2 singles out of it. So hopefully that's the things that come, and he starts getting those hits more and more regularly, and he starts getting to at least half of what he was at the beginning. Right now he's at like 5% at what he was. It's just not right. Let's see. Yeah, borderline ranked. I don't care. I'm still going UCLA. I got love for my UCLA Bruins. Village Idiot, love you, man. Welcome back. Let me see what you said. I always like when you always say good things. If you would have told me we were only 1.5 games out after this brutal 34-game stretch, I'll take that all day, every day. See, every time you come with knowledge, Village Idiot. This is what I'm talking about. That's truth right there. This has been a tough stretch. This is the toughest stretch. I'd have to really go look back and look at all the different. And really go to ESPN stats and info or whatever, but this has got to be the toughest stretch of any team in any league right now. They've got 34, 35 games against teams in first or second place, and every single one of these games that are all right on the cusp of playoffs. These are tough games. These are not just nothings that they're playing against. It's a very interesting game. But anyway, let's see. That crazy Gio Jock needs to pitch and Kike needs to catch his pitches and laugh my ass. Absolutely. Kike needs to get behind the plate at one point in this game. There was a great opportunity when they were down 14-0 against Houston. Just put him in the catcher in the 9th inning. Who cares? Let him catch. That's all you needed to do there. That he would have played every single position. Would have been fantastic. Ernest Mota Jr. Why is no one talking about how good Turner is? What can you say about Justin Turner? Justin Turner has been fantastic he's batting like 400 over the last week or two. He's been great since coming back. And all of a sudden, every time this happens, Justin Turner starts hitting well and other guys start hitting well too. Manny Machado starts hitting well. They finally put Turner in front of Machado, and now both of them are hitting. Brian Dozier got a big sac fly tonight. That top of the lineup is really good, and when I actually would like to see, if it's not just Dozier, Turner, Machado, I want to see I want to see Jock in there, and then move Dozier down when it's against a righty. And I think that can happen because Jock has been great as a leadoff batter. Let's see. Do you think Buehler is going to be in the playoff starting rotation? He's been killing it. Alex Prudencio? Yes, I do. Especially right now, as long as he's still pitching as he is right now throughout the rest of this season, yes, he will 100% be in there, and he could even pass over Alex Wood or Rich Hill and be that number 2 starter. Your 4 starters in playoffs are most likely going to be guys. Going to be Clayton Kershaw, Alex Wood, Rich Hill, Walker Buehler in some form or fashion. Most likely, it's going to be Clayton Kershaw in that first spot, and everything else going. I know you're talking about the Dodgers, but you should check out my YouTube channel, Athletics, Gamer Athletics. Hey, come! Thanks for checking out me. I'll check you out sometime too, and other people go check him out as well. You know, we got love for everybody. YouTube, go back over to you for a little bit. Lakers versus Celtics and Dodgers versus Oakland is looking real possible. Imagine that. Yeah, there's a lot of things. You know what? Lakers versus Celtics looks possible. Dodgers versus Red Sox looks possible. You also have, you can have the Kings and the Bruins that can go. Boston Bruins that can go. You can have the Rams and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's Boston and LA are 2 giant sports hubs right now. Let's go back over to Twitch real fast. I'm a Raider fan in the NFL, Starkness. So who got in the NFL? I am a Raider fan through and through. Here are my teams. So we can all get this out of the way. I'm a Raiders fan. I am a UCLA Bruins fan. Los Angeles Kings, Los Angeles Dodgers, Los Angeles Lakers. And those are all of my teams, and those are the teams that I've been with my entire life. I am born and raised in LA. I've been following these teams for my entire life, and those are who I am, and I bleed them because I love them so much. All right, let's go back over to here to Periscope. Let's see. We have Dave Roberts was terrible in the World Series. We're not going back to the World Series. I don't want to talk about the World Series. It really just hurts way too much. They lost it all in Game 2. Let me just make that clear. It all happened in Game 2. That's when they lost the World Series. The NL is weak and the AL is strong, so I don't know how the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. Sergio, because the AL pitching is not as strong as the NL pitching, and once you get into the playoffs and into the World Series, the NL pitching, I think, will win out. The NL is weaker, but I also think that this Dodgers team is strong offensively. They're just not showing it much right now, especially with running in scoring position, but they will get there. And I think that the AL is not as strong and is totally different hitting against NL pitching than it is AL. The DH makes it tough for the NL. I agree, and that's why you got to get rid of the DH. I hate saying it over and over again, but the DH is stupid. There's no reason that you should ever have a guy sitting on the bench making $12 to $20 million to sit on the bench and stand up 1, 2, or 3, or stand up 3 times, swing the bat, and go sit back down again, and not play the other 50% of the game, which is defense. Stupid. It drives me nuts. Can't stand it. Let's see. Manny Hernandez, Raisel Iglesias, the closer, would be a perfect fit for the Dodgers closer. He would be, but he's under contract. He's actually under contract for about $5 million for the next 2 years, and so that's going to be a lot of. If there's no way he makes it through waivers. Would he make it through waivers? If he did make it through waivers, then yes, absolutely. But the Dodgers are way too far back, and people will block them. Nobody is trying to help the Dodgers. Let's just get that straight. So as much as that would be great, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Thought on your Raiders might trade Mack, and you like the Raiders signing Gruden. Look, they signed Gruden for 10 years, $10 million. He's making $100 million. And now you're not going to re-sign Khalil Mack? I mean, John Gruden hasn't even talked to Khalil Mack since the beginning of the year. It's crazy to me. But no, I don't like it. I don't think you should trade Khalil Mack. I mean, when you're making yourself above the team, usually I'm not for that, but he absolutely should be signed because he's one of the best backers in all of the game. So it's just stupid. It drives me nuts. We don't need to talk about football. We're not there just quite yet. It looks too much like Little League trying to play everyone every night. Then you don't have pinch hitters when you need them. Because that's what they're doing. It's tough because who are you going to sit? There's so many big bats in this lineup that do so many different things for you that you need on a different daily basis. It's tough. It's just too much. I don't know what they're going to do there, but the bullpen is the biggest issue, and I don't have an issue with it. I don't really think that that's messing with 2 guys too much. The guys need days off. It's a long, long season. I'd rather them be healthy at the end of the year than right now. So that's that. Max not getting traded. I don't think so either. Hello, we're waving, so we're just waiting. Wait, what do you think is going to happen to Chicken Strip during the postseason? I think he's going to be back in the bullpen. Right now he's injured, so hopefully he just went on the DL, and hopefully he comes back and he's okay. It says his back issues, back flare-ups because of something that happened in having soft beds in Colorado. Man, Colorado just messed everybody up. Dozier almost went on the DL because of that. All right, I got 5 minutes. We're almost done here. Let's keep going. All right. The NL doesn't have the DH, and the divisions are more exciting. The AL are all blowouts. That's what I'm saying. The DH is stupid. We're not doing this again, but the DH is dumb. Get it out of here. I hate it. Do you like Turner batting second or Manning batting second? Enrique, I love Turner batting second, and I want Manning only batting third. That has to be forever, always, every day. Turner 2 and Machado 3. That's your 2-3 every single day and needs to stay that way. 100%. The one can change. I like Dozier there, but I think Jock against righties should be in the leadoff spot. But then Dozier you put back in the 4 spot, so it's fine. You can easily move those guys around. Bullpen, no trust, need better quality for playoffs. I trust the bullpen when it's not the 9th inning unless it's Kenley Jansen. So I think once you get Jansen back and that all changes, they'd all get better. Keep Puig, he's a Giants antagonizer. F the Giants, Muncy and Kemp have come back to earth. Yeah, there's a lot. I think you should keep it. Let's see. Robert sends Kenta to pinch hit. Why? Because they ran out of batters and they needed somebody to come up and pinch hit. And so Kenta was right there. He had a bat. I would have liked to have seen, I agree with you, the best, well, it's 2 outs, so you don't bunt with Kenta. It would have been Kershaw, you wouldn't have bunted, but Kershaw is actually a good hitter in general. So I think you may have seen him at some point, but he may just not been available. I don't know. Too many young kids throwing breaking stuff. I think they'll have no arm in high school. I think, yeah, you shouldn't be throwing breaking stuff until you get into high school, earliest, because throwing that breaking stuff early is going to mess up your arm. I mean, now guys are getting their Tommy John surgeries early to get it out of the way, and I don't know. The whole thing's really, really weird. Let's see. Offense has to step up too. Kenley can't close every night. You're right. Kenley can't, but for the most part, he can. And so when he's not available, it's a little bit different. When you know Kenley is there, and he's there on night in and night out, and then when it's different when you're like, oh my God, I'm going to become the closer. Scott Alexander's, oh my God, now if I do this well, I'm going to be the closer. But if Dylan Floro, oh my God, all these thoughts are going through your head. It changes your psyche, and I don't think that's what's happening with them. All right, I got time for 2 more questions, then I'm ending it. I'm cutting it down. 2 more questions, then I'm out. I'm going to try. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 5 questions. I'm going to move 1 to every position, and then I'm going to be out. Let's see. I think Kenta. Why didn't Kershaw pinch hit versus Kenta? I don't know the answer to that. That was a total Dave Roberts thought, but I think that they were just going with Kenta. I don't think they wanted to have Kershaw in that position. That's my only idea. I'm not really sure. So but that would be my guess of why he didn't. The Little League World Series. I don't watch the Little League World Series. However, I do love that what's the Big Al? Big Al was awesome. That guy was great, hitting dingers. I love that guy. All right, move over here to Instagram for my last question on Instagram. Trade Puig or not? No, do not trade Puig. He's a great right fielder. He's starting to come around. He's been one of the best hitters on the Dodgers one of the best hitters in all of the National League since he came off the DL, and he has an arbitration next year with missing so much time and how he started off the year. I don't think he wins that arbitration case. So I think he's going to be a cheaper asset, especially at right field. So no, I don't think you trade him. I think it's the wrong move. All right, let's go over to YouTube for my last question. Is this after show going to happen for Rams and Laker games? Probably not. This is just Dodgers Nation. I'm only doing Dodgers Nation on here, so probably not going to be doing that for that. But I'll be doing this all year, and I'm going to try and do some other things after that. I'm not sure exactly what I'll be doing with more Dodgers. I'll be doing more Dodgers after this is over. Last one for Twitch. What's going on Twitch? I know it was his first start back from the DL, but he was pitching so well. I'm wondering, Roberts needs to leave starters in a little bit longer. Should they have taken out Ryu that early? That's the question. No, they should, or yes, they should have taken Ryu out that early. It was his first game back from the DL. He hadn't pitched since like May, and he had 89 pitches, 6 strong innings. Yes, they should have taken him out. All right, that's it for me. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. Remember, at Bergman Greg, You can follow me on Twitter. I'm happy to answer everything. You got me on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, everywhere. Periscope. Remember, at Bergman Greg to talk to me, and at Dodgers Nation. They are the best. It's either at Officials Dodgers Nation TV, or Dodgers Nation itself. And good night, everyone. A win. It's finally a win. The 5-game losing streak is over, and the Dodgers are now on a winning streak of their own. A 1-game winning streak. All right. That's it for me. Thank you very much, guys. See you guys next time. Tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'll be back tomorrow night. See you.